Welcome to Recap King. In this video, we will explain From Beijing with Love. This movie tells the story of a stolen giant dinosaur skull which made the authorities put a secret agent on the case. The pork vendor turned secret agent bumbles through the case and is assisted by a love interest who is supposed to kill him. Will the impromptu agent be able to carry out his mission successfully? Let's find out in From Beijing with Love. From Beijing with Love begins by showing a container truck entering a warehouse belonging to the Chinese government. It is said that the container truck is carrying the cranium of a dinosaur fossil, which is the most valuable prehistoric relic. However, the officers did not find fossilized dinosaur skulls or other objects when the container was opened. The container was completely empty, so the officers were confused and immediately reported the matter to the police. As it turned out, the fossilized dinosaur skull had been stolen by a group of armed men and taken somewhere in a container truck that was very identical in shape and color. However, unbeknownst to the gang of thieves, a secret agent has sneaked into a truck with full weapons. Eventually, the man nicknamed Agent 006 engages in a shootout with the criminals and attempts to reclaim the precious dinosaur skull fossil. Agent 006 is a tough, intelligent and well-trained spy, where the man is very good at shooting and his fighting skills cannot be underestimated. This was proven when Agent 006 managed to take down the criminal gang alone, with his ability and accuracy in shooting, which cannot be doubted. When he was about to report his position to his superior, Agent 006 was surprised by the appearance of a man who was the leader of the criminal gang. The man has the nickname Golden Gun because he wears a mask and armor and has a golden gun. Knowing that the golden gun can't just be incapacitated with ordinary bullets, Agent 006 then decides to run away from there. However, Golden Gun didn't just let Agent 006 just run away. He immediately launched a barrage of attacks at Agent 006 and with his Golden Gun managed to kill Agent 006. The scene then switches and shows a military commander named Yuan, who is being urged by his superiors over the phone to quickly find the missing dinosaur skull fossil. Because the only best agent he has died while carrying out the mission, Yuan finally has to field another agent who has abilities that are very different from Agent 006 and don't actually qualify as a secret agent. Even so, Yuan has no other choice but to assign a man to continue the mission that killed Agent 006. Yuan hopes that the blood of his grandfather, the legendary Agent 007, can help the man in carrying out his mission as a great secret agent. The man in question is Ling, a butcher who is believed to be the last descendant of a legendary secret agent, Agent 007. Every day, Ling, who works as a butcher, always sells in the market and cuts meat using a very sharp knife forged by rare meteorites. Not long after, an old man named Monsai arrived who told Ling that Commander Yuan asked him to come to his office immediately because he had important things to discuss. Without thinking, Ling immediately came to face Commander Yuan without changing his clothes first. Still wearing his butcher's apron, Ling walked over to the reception desk and tried to entice with his cool demeanor as well as a piece of fresh gizzard liver. Ling finally meets with Commander Yuan who immediately assigns him on a secret mission to recover the lost dinosaur skull fossil. Monsai, who is an expert in advanced weapons and equipment, then gives some of his creations to Ling to help him carry out his mission. After that, Yuan gave some money to Ling and Monsai as provisions for carrying out the mission and then sent them to Hong Kong. Knowing that Yuan had assigned Ling to continue the mission of Agent 006, Yuan's partner, Commander Chan, seemed surprised and thought that Yuan's decision to assign Ling was very wrong, considering Ling's track record, which did not qualify him as a spy at all. But then, just as Commander Chan is about to leave, Yuan orders one of his men to kill the man for laughing at his decision to send Ling on the mission. Apparently, the Golden Gun's true identity is none other than Commander Yuan. In fact, Commander Yuan's decision to send Ling to continue the mission of Agent 006 was just a formality due to the minister's insistence that the dinosaur skull fossil is found soon. After that, Yuan sends Huncom, a reliable female agent, to trick Ling into her mission and kill him. Long story short, Ling finally arrived in Hong Kong looking elegant and wearing a rainbow-colored tie. Full of confidence, he entered the 5-star hotel to confirm the hotel room that had been booked by his superiors. But apparently, Ling entered the wrong hotel, where the hotel room rented by his boss was in a slum area and the condition of the room was very dirty and disgusting. Ling then meets Huncom who proposes to help him in his endeavor. Ling finally decides to stay at Huncom's house for a while during his mission. When Huncom asks what weapon Ling uses, he says he is not as good at shooting as Agent 006. Ling relies on a knife as his weapon and intends to show Huncom the flying knife move. Ling acted as if he was about to shoot a knife at the puppet in front of him, but instead the knife missed very far and stuck in the wall above him. Even so, Ling still feels confident in his abilities. Huncom then shows him a gun, complete with a silencer. Ling removed the silencer and attached it to his gun out of curiosity. Ling then put the gun on the table and closed the window because it was raining and windy outside. Hyuncom immediately took Ling's gun and carried out her mission to kill Ling without thinking. After pointing the gun at Ling, unfortunately she was shot. As it turned out, Ling's gun was a special gun that could shoot from behind. Ling rushed to find a bandage to treat Hyuncom's wound. But Hyuncom again tries to kill Ling by turning the gun around, but the gun hits her again. Ling then explained that the gun was a trick gun that could shoot from all sides. Afterwards, Hyuncom and Ling eat at a restaurant in a mall, where Ling accidentally spits at a man sitting behind him. Unexpectedly, the man came from the same village as Ling's hometown, so they chatted and reminisced together. However, as a trained secret agent, Hyuncom can clearly tell that the man and two of his friends are robbers. Hyuncom then asks permission to go to the restroom, even though she wants to monitor the situation and hopes they kill Ling. Sure enough, the two men then robbed a jewelry store, where Ling and a man from the same village were seen chatting in front of the jewelry store. Ling accidentally turned to a father and his little son who were joking and looking so happy. Soon the robbery was noticed by the security officers, so the robbers acted quickly by holding Ling and the boy hostage. The father, who saw his son being held hostage by the robbers, then knelt down and begged for his son to be released. However, one of the robbers actually shot the father very sadistically, right in front of his son, and Ling certainly wouldn't let the robbers walk free. When two robbers tried to escape in an elevator, Ling swiftly overthrew one robber who was holding him hostage. Ling then took out his flagship butcher knife, slashing at the gun in the robber's body. Seeing the other two robbers about to run away, Ling threw several knives at them until the robbers finally died in horrific circumstances. Hyuncom, who witnessed how Ling killed the robbers, seemed so impressed, especially after knowing that the knife she thought was going to be aimed at the doll in front of her, which ended up missing, was actually meant to catch the fly that was flying above. That night, Hyuncom finds out that Ling is always training his inner strength to move light objects such as dolls and use them to throw his knife at the target precisely, even though the distance and position of the target are difficult to reach. Golden Gun turns out to have instructed Hyuncom to send Ling with false leads and tells him that the dinosaur skull fossil may have been stolen by a smuggler. With Hyuncom's help, Ling intends to sneak into the cocktail party hosted by the smuggler. Before he goes in there, he tells Hyuncom that he will get some white roses and give them to her. After several failed attempts to enter using the device Monsai gave him, Ling can finally enter the place, while Hyuncom hides in the trees, planning to shoot Ling from afar. Ling then performs his act by pretending to play the very beautiful piano. Even Hyuncom is amazed to hear it. The goal is to lure the smuggler out of his hiding place. However, Ling is approached by a mysterious woman who tries to seduce him. On the other hand, a mysterious man appears able to pull out an iron hilt with one hand, then throw it at Ling. Luckily, Ling was able to dodge the attack. But then, the mysterious woman shot Ling instead. Taking this opportunity, Hyuncom shoots Ling several times and manages to knock him out. When he was about to leave, Hyuncom was surprised by the appearance of Ling, who was already in the car and managed to survive because he was wearing a bulletproof vest under his coat. However, one shot hit his thigh and he was badly injured. It turns out that when he was shot in the thigh, Ling was trying to pick the white rose that he was going to give to Hyuncom, as promised. Seeing Ling's earnestness, Hyuncom became very touched because this was the first time someone had paid so much attention to her. Hyuncom then tries to drive the car when the mysterious man suddenly appears and tries to attack them. Arriving home, Hyuncom rushed to remove the bullet from Ling's thigh and treat the wound. When the bullet was removed, Ling finally found out that the bullet belonged to Hyuncom and assumed that she had betrayed Commander Yuan, even though in reality, Hyuncom's actions were on Commander Yuan's orders. Feeling very disappointed in Hyuncom, Ling finally leaves her. After Ling left, the mysterious man and woman, who had intended to kill Ling, came to Hyuncom's residence and then kidnapped her. The two of them turned out to be Commander Chan's men who wanted revenge because Hyuncom and Commander Yuan had killed their superior. When he returns to base to ask for help, Commander Yuan instead forces Ling to sign something, which he says is a letter of consent to be hospitalized. But in fact, the letter is a treason agreement, in which Ling is then taken to the field to be executed along with other prisoners who have been considered traitors to the state. One of the prisoners tried to escape execution with his kung fu moves, but then he was executed using a rocket launcher. Elsewhere, the mysterious man and woman managed to find Commander Yuan's whereabouts and threaten to kill Hyuncom if Commander Yuan doesn't hand over the dinosaur skull fossil he stole. However, Commander Yuan then fired a shot at Hyuncom, indicating that she meant nothing to him at all. Hyuncom finally realized that Commander Yuan had only used her and had never cared about her at all. A fierce feud ensued between the mysterious man and woman against Commander Yuan and his entire army. Commander Yuan then went to his room to put on the armor and took out his golden gun, transforming into the golden gun. At the same time, the mysterious man then destroys the wall with his superpower and duels with Commander Ewan. Commander Ewan managed to bring down the mysterious man and kill the mysterious woman with his golden gun. Seeing his comrade killed, the mysterious man finally got up and countered Ewan's attack so that he was blown far enough away. However, Ewan immediately got up and finally managed to kill the mysterious man with his golden gun. When Commander Ewan was about to kill Hyun Kom, suddenly Ling and Mon Sai appeared. Ling turned out to escape from the execution planned by the commander after Ling bribed Commander Ewan's men using the money given by the man. Commander Ewan then shoots Mon Sai for talking too much, so Ling finally defeats the commander alone. Ling then took out his flagship butcher knife, which was made by a legendary swordsman and forged by a rare meteorite. The butcher knife blocked the bullet from the golden gun, but Ling was thrown a few meters back. Ling then threw the butcher knife at the commander, which caused a rather powerful explosion. Since Commander Ewan was still undefeated, Ling ended up using his inner strength to move the knife, and when Ewan was caught off guard, Ling stepped forward, took the knife and slashed the gun in the commander's body in half. After that incident, Ling returned to being a butcher and made Hyun Kom his girlfriend, while Mon Sai was appointed a military commander in place of Yoon. The moral message of this film is that you should never do corruption or abuse the position and power you get, because in the end, only misery will be obtained later.